Las Asimas. It's another beautiful day in the kingdom of Las Asimas. And you are a very angry goose. No, as some of y'all might notice, there's very few of us on this call. Excuse me, there's very few of us in the adventure today. And that is because we are once again doing split session zeros, but we welcome you to the world of Las Asimas. And as you drop in, you find yourselves in Las Asimas' best tavern of all, every adventurer's favorite tavern, the Roguelike Tavern. And at this point, I would like to ask the two heroes with me to please roll initiative.
I didn't know we need dice for this.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, that's the whole point of we're gonna do a tiny session zero. I said you need to be equipped. Pull up some digital dice, my friends.
That's a 16.
That's a 19.
Ooh. Well then, with our highest initiative roll, would you please describe? There's no one at the bar yet as you arrive. There's just a kind of weedy, slightly sandy-haired Earth Genasi. Who, if you've been to the bar before, you might know him as Rutabaga. And he's just polishing a glass as you arrive. But as he hears the door creak open, who does he see walk in?
When the door creaks open, first you hear the little clop 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 of deer hooves, as I'm normally short for a human, except quite tall for a satyr because I got little hooves. Rosie Brewer walks in. She has her mandolin strapped to her back, and she's in her very proud costume that she and the rest of her band wear. And she's incredibly nervous. Easily spooked deer.
Oh, as deer very often are. But luckily for you, the lights are quite low because the bar is not open yet, so you're not quite a deer in headlights just yet. Have you think, been to the Roguelike before? Maybe your band has played on one of the music nights?
Absolutely, and it's hard because there are a lot of us, and we don't all fit on the stage, but we try our best. They make me stand
You've yet to be invited down to the arena in the basement.
Yeah.
What is that band?
Oh, well, it is the Merry Wives of Windsor. We are all, most of us are multi-class bards. I have not gotten there because I really like hitting things with the mandolin. It's fine. I go through them like tissue sometimes.
Oh, no.
This makes me sound like I'm a barbarian. I'm not.
No, I was gonna say though, is that where the band's budget has gone?
Unfortunately, yes, it's my fault this time. I mean, no. I have no idea what happened to those instruments. It's fine.
Well, as you come in, Rutabaga welcomes you. He's like, "Oh, hey, you must be one of the new heroes. I think they said there's just like two of you coming in early, and then everybody else is gonna be a little later. So if you want to come, just take a chill. I think we're waiting for one more."
All right, and just sort of nervously chew on a handkerchief in the corner.
I was going to ask, this is my fun psychology question. Where in the tavern do you go sit? Envision that in this world, it's the same layout as it is in the real world.
I think I try to like take a seat at the bar, and I keep slipping off the bar stool because like deer butt.
Fur, yeah, I was going to say fur and leather. You probably
skirt, leather, yeah. It's fine. I'll stand. I like standing.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I envision you just do a little slide, and then you're like, oh, I'm just gonna lean, I think. Casual. Yeah. I won't make you roll a performance check on that.
Because I'm great.
Yeah. As you wait though, do you ask Rutabaga for anything to drink?
Yeah. Can I get moving pond water? Is that a thing you still have? On the rock.
Is that okay? Yeah,
What's a normal drink? I'll take a beer.
Oh, okay. No, that we got. You light,
yeah,
dark.
I can do that. Yeah, that one.
Cool. He goes to the taps and pours you like a red ale, and in his brain he's decided that's between light and dark, so she'll like this.
That wasn't one of the options.
Yeah, right. It's local. I think you'll, and it's on the house because you're one of the heroes, so it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. You both just kind of awkward off for a few minutes.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Luckily though, not too far behind you, maybe 15 minutes or so, you do hear the door creak open. And as you and Rutabaga both turn to see who's coming in, Damien, could you please describe who's walking in and what you look like?
Question, Sarah, they hear the door open,
Sure.
but do they see anything at all? Because obviously what they see, if anything at all, is a very cool, very to himself way of the shadow monk. He looks like a gangly early 20s type who's never seen the sun, and not because of the headband. There's something about his movement that's almost animal. Has he studied the different beasts? Does he also ponder the difference between light and darkness, and not just in beer? These are all questions that you may ask and may not have answered.
Okay, 2 questions from me. 1, is he self-narrating?
You can hear him like whispering like quietly in the back, and he's like, so, another location. Yet, am I moving and the world shifts around me as though this were an early Nintendo game, or perhaps this is just what I do? And psychologically, he would post up immediately to the right of the door where that little water nook is, because you have to jump on anyone walking in, but you get the full scope of the bar.
Of course. Are you trying to stealth in?
He doesn't need to try. He either does or he doesn't.
Well, we are playing a game where dice decide things, so...
Yes, he is.
Great. Go ahead and roll stealth for me. Passive perception on Rutabaga is not high, like 13, but
it's gonna be a 19.
Ooh, like a ninja. Rosie,
I saw nothing.
Are you actively looking, or you're more distracted by yourself? What's your passive?
My passive is 10. I don't see nothing.
Great. Yeah, you've totally, absolutely, like a shadow slipped in, which is a trick to do, because anyone who's been to the Roguelike Tavern knows it's a great bar, but it does have a squeaky door. I think what happens is it they can hear it open, but very frequently wind will just gently blow the door open a little bit, or people will like push the door a little, like, oh, is the bar open yet? Oh, it's not open yet. And so I think the other two just kind of glance over and don't see you come in because you've so captured yourself into the shadows by the water jug.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Clocking this, that I'm fully unnoticed, but hearing the squeak and knowing that I'll need to come back later, I pull out some calligraphy tools and use a little bit of the ink in the like hinges to be like, yeah, that'll work. Having no idea if it does or not. Yeah.
Gosh, make a sleight of hand check, and I'll say if it's 16 or higher, you effectively quiet the door to the bar.
It's a 13.
Oh no, it's super. Not.
I'm just like inking up the hinges, like yeah.
It's just dirty now, and so are your hands.
You just painted the door black.
Something for me to fade into later.
Yeah, perfect. Meanwhile, you kind of slide into the corner, and I assume you're just kind of sitting there observing Rosie drinking at the bar and Rutabaga continuing to do prep work.
Yeah, I'm kind of gonna just like stand there being unnoticed, like him not trying to stealth, but just being unnoticed in a social situation, just sort of waiting to be served. And then he just sort of goes like, excuse me, sorry if I bothered you or something. A lot of people don't notice me when I walk in on account of my training. So sorry to bother you.
I have a new reason to enter this competition. I'm so sorry. I've been triggered.
That's okay. Many things have tried to kill me and all have failed.
Oh, hey, I'm Rutabaga. I don't think I've seen you at this bar before, but welcome. Do you want a drink while you wait for Salita?
That's okay. I'll just take a nice boba. Matcha, please.
Cool. We are a bar. We don't have boba, and I am trying to get my magical bartending license, but I haven't learned how to like conjure boba. Okay,
that's right. I got it. I'll take in the location. The hot milk and a Stouffer's microwavable meal to stay.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Hot milk we can do, weirdly enough, and I'll get you a menu. and Rutabaga just kind of f's off to the kitchen. He will eventually come back with hot milk, But y'all will probably be gone because as he disappears into the back from a side office, a tiny little halfling appears. She's got very frizzy, very kind of fluffy, scattered hair that's piled up into a messy bun on the top of her head. It's got a little like wand shoved through the top, a little hair stick kind of a thing. You all will probably have seen or at least heard this person's voice before, as this is Salida. She is Lady Destiny's office assistant, and she is the one that runs the contracts and all the boring day stuff of this competition. So she kind of prances into the bar and goes, "Oh, great, you all are both here. This is wonderful. Okay, so you're our first two heroes for today. This is a little well, it has kind of become standard. Everybody's so busy, you know. So we're gonna get the two of you in for contracting and then your display of skill, and then we'll get you down to the green room, and then the other two will be here later. But don't worry, as stated in your contracting negotiations, you will of course be still allowed to observe the other competitors in their test of skill, so you'll be ready for them. Oh, I'm Salida, if I haven't said that yet. You must be Rosie, and what was your name again, darling? I don't know that I have that marked somewhere.
You may call me Kenny, Form 1.
You would like to be called all of
Kenny's fine. It's okay.
Great. Okay, Kenny. Perfect. I think I might have had your legal name on the paperwork, but we will call you Kenny. So you two come on back to my office, and we will get you all signed up, and then we'll go down to the training room. Do you follow?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. It's like there's no weird rebellion here, is there?
Yeah.
My other fun psychology question. So you go to a little backroom office. It is piled messy high with papers and books all over this desk. It's a very tiny room just off the kitchen to the side. It does have 4 seats in front of the desk, 2 pushed up against either wall, and then it's kind of an off kilter situation. So there's one that's up against a wall and by itself, and then there's the door, and then there's the 3 other chairs, one next to the door, one in the middle, one on the far wall. Which seats do you sit in? Psychology.
I will wait and observe.
I also am waiting to see what Kenny does.
We're both just lingering in the doorway.
There's just a standoff, but I think the energy from Rosie is 1000% less cool.
So
which is so hard.
What? How?
It's like nervous at it. Like it's like school dance energy, middle school dance energy of like, if I move first, I'll die.
Got it. Then I'll clock this and be like, sometimes the one who strikes first is the one who breathes last. I rush up to the chair farthest to the left, kick it, hoping to have it land completely on its side and just sort of balance on it like it's a log, being like, can't lose this opportunity to train, you see.
Of course. Yeah, you gotta roll athletics or acrobatics for that.
That's gonna be an acrobatics for me, Sarah.
We're gonna call that an 18 for trick stunt with a chair.
Okay, well that's a 15.
Yeah,
I'm rapidly becoming a barbarian.
Because it's like up against the wall, so I feel like you kick it and it doesn't actually flip at all because it's in a corner. And you can try to like then recover from kicking it and it not doing anything really, or maybe even like rebound hitting your shin a little.
Kenny just turns around and is like, thought that one could have been a decoy. Didn't check this room for traps at all, did any of you? You're welcome. He just stands next to it and kind of like shuffles between it and the wall as best he can.
Great.
I sit down in front of the desk. If there's another chair there, I think
it sounds like you're with the other 3 chairs, so you can just sit in the perfect center one directly across from Salida.
Yeah, I know how to sign a contract. I've done this. I'm a warlock.
Perfect. Kenny, do you want? Are you comfortable?
Boba's fine, thank you.
Okay, great. Yeah, Rutabaga told me about that. Anyway, here are your contracts, and she hands you both paper, just long scrolls of paper on clipboards, and you've got little pens. It's the usual contracting nonsense. Rosie, with your experience of doing band contracts and negotiations, a lot of it looks very familiar. It's, promises to be able to use your likeness and your voice and to project you out onto the home orbs so that people around Los Alamos and even the world could tune in to the rumbles as you battle it out in the evening. And then, of course, it has standard Roguelike Rumble contract notes, such as you will probably die in the arena, but the best clerics and paladins are on hand to resurrect you the minute a winner is declared. So no worries about permadeath in the ring. If you want to make any amendments to this contract, that can be done, and I have a feeling some of you might be more fussy about adding to the contract or striking certain clauses, but we don't need to roleplay all that.
No brown M&Ms, that's my only rule.
Perfect, put it in your rider. Although, of course, in Las Asimas, it's not M&Ms, it's N&Ns.
N&Ns, no brown N&Ns. N&Ns.
Just like it surely wasn't a Nintendo you were referencing earlier. It's like
It's the Pretendo Snorch.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's minor illusions that my uncle used to use to keep me just to shut up sometimes.
Did you say Pretendo Snorch?
My only friend growing up, really.
I'm writing both of these things down for the lore document. N&Ns and Pretendo Snorch.
Good luck.
Perfect. After this really rousing bit of paperwork, Salita leads you all back through the bar to the far side from across from the kitchen. There is a spot on the wall where in the real world you know there to be a high top and tables, but in Las Asimas there is simply a wall that patrons familiar with the bar knows is a concealed doorway. And she pulls the little wand out of her bun and waves it at the wall, and the wall vanishes, and before you appears a stairway. Have either of you been to a rumble before, or you just watched it on the orb?
So Kenny is very much a martial arts student and big fan of all stories having to do with them. Dreams of one day being an amateur cosplayer if he's ever good enough. So that's kind of his whole thing. So this is tournament arc. He's never been to this one, but he very much knows that like this is where he can finally show off his skills, you know. So he's aware that things like this happen. In fact, that's what he was checking for with the stool. Can't wait to see what that one hides.
I think because technically Rosie's local, like she's seen a couple of these, and most recently I did hear that there was another warlock who won and was also a musician.
Yes, hoping to follow in Aria's fine footsteps.
Yep.
I feel like you and Salita might strike up a little conversation about this as you walk down, but she leads you down a stairway that's probably at least loosely then familiar to you, Rosie. A dark stone stairway where the air grows colder the further down you go, but you don't descend as far as you will later this evening. She stops you all off just about halfway and opens another magically locked door. And before you is a pretty standard training room. Padded walls, padded floors, pretty stark, pretty bare, but there are, of course, just shelves and racks of all kinds of weaponry that might be of use to you. And in the direct center of the room is a figure that fans of the Rumbles will be very familiar with, the training dummy. An extremely classic two-stick, one vertical, one horizontal, little straw guy with a dopey-looking expression, and it just kind of springs to life in the center of the room as you all walk in. And Salita turns to both of you and goes, well, either of you may take your turn first, but all you need to do is just attack the dummy. This is hopefully a chance for you to show off your skills to your competitors, maybe strike a little fear in their hearts, and of course inspire the sponsors who will also be watching this ahead of the match, so that they might know who they want to cheer for and support in the Rumble. Either of you?
Boy, let's both try our best and make sure we do our best against this dummy.
Great. Cool.
I rapidly consider multi-classing every time you open your mouth.
That's the goal.
Class be?
Barbarian.
Oh, great.
I might lose the Rumble, but I'll make sure you lose the interaction.
It's amazing. This is so you're
Thank
awful
you.
And I love it.
Thank you. He'll go back and forth a little more. Don't worry. It's going to be sort of a Yugi Moto situation. And I took a last minute magical item, but I wanted to have the amulet of like, don't know, my grandfather gave me this. And it's like, all of a sudden it's time to attack. In fact, I'll still probably do that. Support us. We'll probably do it.
Yeah. We come out of this fun meta moment and back into the invitation to attack. Which of you would like to go first?
I just gotta see this happen now.
Do you say that to him?
Yeah.
Right.
I've been here before, so I just want to see what you can do.
Amazing. Then in that case, I'm going to look at this as strong as possible, and you're going to see me like sort of charge up in my fist a little bit and be like, this is the moment. Everybody's watching. Give in to darkness. No. Give in to light. Word of Radiance, Form 2. And I cast Word of Radiance as a way of Shadow Monk. It's a Con 14 saving.
Yeah, it might surprise you. This dummy doesn't have much constitution, so it's gonna fail that save if it needed to roll. You can go right on ahead and tell me what the damage is.
The damage was I rolled 2 1s, Sarah, so that's perfect. Where he's just like, I can do this. This is the arc. And then he's like,
fizzles of light fly from your fingers. Okay, he is a little stick man without much constitution, but it's enough to hold firm on 2 points of damage. I feel like just a little tuft of hay coming out of his body just kind of fizzles in your radiant beams for 2 points of damage.
I'm like, he pulls back down the thing and he's like, that was just a taste. And then as a free action, I'd like to use a minor illusion to play theme music for him. Like, very much like looking off in the distance, violin, kind of like, will I ever find my way home?
Salita, caught up in the moment, does a little bit of prestidigitation for a wind to blow your hair. And then says, well, you know, if you'd like to make a second attack, we can allow that if there's something else you'd like to try.
Oh, I guess I'll punch it. Thanks. Okay. I'm going to run up and do an unarmed strike, which I can attack twice per action.
Yes.
Plus 6 to hit. Oh, that's going to be a nat 20 plus 6.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
So that's his moment of like, I guess I can try. Just like hand through.
Yeah, you punch through the center beam of the dummy. Just roll for flavor how much damage that does.
That's going to be first hit is 10 damage.
Incredible. Yeah, you can feel the bound together sticks in the center just utterly shatter beneath your fist. There's a delicious cracking sound, much more satisfying after your little pss of radiance. Second hand?
Second hand, I'll just do it again.
Hell yeah.
That's going to be an 11 to hit.
Oh, well, look, the dummy's not going anywhere. You did already break the center. If you aim for the same place, it's not very impressive, but you can put a little more damage on it.
Got it. Yeah, I'm going to try to sort of thread the needle in the haystack. That'll be like, I'll be like, needle in the haystack form 1. And there's like, right through the center hole, add in just a smidge more damage of, that's going to be 5.
It's enough. You really had done the true damage on that first hit, but the second is just enough to kind of just poof, tip the dummy over backwards. He's now perfectly in half with his little arms dangling and broken on either side. And Salita gives, for frequent viewers, a less than usually delighted clap, but she is kind of politely golf clapping in appreciation of your damage.
I kneel down to the training dummy and just say, I'll carry the dream for both of us. Believe in me. And then just walk away.
I think much as myself, she doesn't know what to say to this, and she just quietly pulls her wand out, waves it at the dummy, and he puffs right back up into shape, perfectly formed, as if no
resurrection art. I love it.
As every good character needs. Well, that was something. Rosie, would you like to take your turn next?
Yeah. And sort of goes into like, you know, that pre-show ritual, just like, so a couple vocal warm-ups, and then she whips her mandolin over her shoulder and pulls from the hilt, like from the wow, I do not remember the instrument I play. From it, basically, a sword. It is her hex blade, It is her stabalin.
Aww.
And as if this was the thing that she was going to, as if, you need a sword to do this, I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast at the,
Of course.
the dummy. Because I love an Eldritch
Through
Blast.
your sword, or just you've pulled the sword out and also are doing Eldritch Blast?
It's through the sword, which is actually a Hexblade feature. Is you can use your weapon as your spellcasting focus.
Incredible.
That'll be does a 24 hit the dummy?
Yeah, that does it. Again, a very true strike. Either I'll say you can either have gone for the chest as well, or for the little joint for its bobbly head.
I think just snipes the head off of this dummy.
You want to roll damage on that?
Yeah, that is 7 damage.
Oh,
not great.
Well, hey, look, it's just the singular stick at the neck joint. So once again, you're hearing a very satisfying crack of wood. And have you thought about what color magic you might be casting?
It is the same colors as my chevron, so it's like a pink and an orange with like a little tinge of blue around the edges.
So this kind of sherbet cotton candy twirl of colors just snipes right for the neck joint, and the little dummy's head just kind of flops off and then rolls down as Salida much more delightedly applauds, like, ooh, yes.
And then you see a little leap from Rosie, just like, ooh.
As your little hooves clack on the ground. Well, perfect. Unless you wanted to do anything else to it, but I'd say that's a satisfactory strike.
Yeah. Can I try one more thing?
Oh, by all means. We'd all like to see more.
Can I get a nap between now and the fight?
Oh, yeah. You both know you're going to get a long rest before the actual rumble.
Yeah.
Oh.
You have to understand, I am.
Yeah, this isn't a secret way to tap you.
I got like 3 spell slots.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast. I think I'll wave the end of my stabalin again, and I'm gonna cast Booming Blade.
Fantastic. So like a thunderous noise emerges from it.
Yeah, truly like blowing out. Like it would blow out speakers. Not that I know, that would be crazy. I would never do that in a place where we had speakers that I would need to have to repay the damages.
Yeah, particularly observant, you might see there's a little like magical glowing red orb in the corners of this training center, which are the magical recording devices, and you see them kind of like flare bright as you launch this attack. But tell me what you do. What is your roll?
That is max damage, which isn't that much, but Booming Blade is 8 thunder damage on top of. Oh, I think it's actually on top of my melee attack.
Nice.
Yeah. Heck, hold on.
Roll the melee, yeah.
11 plus 8, which is basic math. I can do it. 19. I did 19 damage.
Incredible.
Wow.
So describe to me. You've got just left the kind of little stick torso. What are you doing to hit the dummy?
You get like. Not actually using the skill, but like a mirthful leap as I'm into it.
Yeah.
And let's try it again. And just the stabalin gets the same color as takes the same color of magic for a second as her Eldritch Blast, and just she dives at it and slashes across it, and there's this crack of thunder, and any like glass in there's a moment where it's like, I might need to win so I can pay the bar back for damages, as all the glass in the room sort of rattles.
Luckily, there is no glass in this room, but we'll say the weapons racks are rattling, and the padded walls kind of vibrate.
Oops.
But the dummy is very thoroughly destroyed. And again, you got a delighted round of applause from Salida. She goes, well, I do think that was exactly what we and the sponsors needed to see. So I'm going to take you both to your green rooms. You'll be able to rest. You'll get a full meal of things on the menu, Kenny. Anything on the Roguelike Tavern menu is comped for you both.
I personally will be ordering the fried pickles as much as possible.
Oh, great. We do actually have those. So wonderful. That's not boba. Perfect. So yes, and then you'll be able to get a long rest before you have to fight to the death tonight.
I'm a musician. I only need a short rest.
Fair enough.
All
Well,
rooms are green in the dark.
that is so true. And she leads you both down to some pretty standard green rooms where you're able to rest for the night. We're now going to skip on over to the next two heroes for this, but we will say farewell to you both for now. Bye.
Thank you, and I'm sorry. And thank you. Sorry.
Well, dropping back in, for those who just watched the first half where we met our first two heroes, welcome back to Las Asimas. We return to the upstairs of the Roguelike Tavern, every adventurer's favorite bar, where two new heroes are about to arrive. And as I had the other two do, I need the two of you to roll initiative.
Oh gosh.
Every time.
We're diving in.
I do this every time.
I know, but I just never expect it. Okay.
That's why it's my favorite.
Oof.
Ooh, 6.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Did you all say 6?
No, I rolled a 5, so it's an 8.
Oh, wonderful. Well, our
Wait, I realized that I rolled an 8 too.
Oh my god.
All right, who has the higher dex?
Plus 3, 16.
Plus 2, 15. Son of a bitch.
Well, alrighty then. So one of our favorite newer bartenders, Rutabaga, is still earnestly getting the bar ready, going through prep before it opens, and is now not totally alone because Salita has returned up to the tavern and is patiently waiting for the next two arrivals. So as the door swings open, who do we see first arrive?
You see a medium height, more on the shorter side, Aarakocra, who looks like a bald eagle. And he's wearing very heavy armor with an emblem of some sort of flames on the front of his armor. And he's carrying a big shield and a flail. And he walks in and he just sort of looks around and he goes, "This must be it. This has to be the place." And he walks right up to the bar.
Salita, who's sitting there, she'd surely know your name from all the contracting, so can you tell us who you are?
Yes. His name is Seanevans. That's his first name, and his last name is Hotwing. And he is a paladin of the great deity, the first one to feast. And he is here because he has finally found the hottest sauces in all the land. And he is very happy to defend whatever he needs to do to defend either the sauces or his right to stay there so he can keep eating those sauces.
Salita will reach out. I'll be honest, I'm trying to now picture Aarakocra in my mind's eye. Do y'all have hands as well as wings?
Yes.
Okay, great.
They're like, it's like bird feet, but as if they were hands.
Oh.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Stunning. Salita will trepidatiously reach out a little hand to shake your hand, and for the two of you, I'll remind you that she is the tiny halfling office assistant of Lady Destiny. So she's just kind of sitting on one of the higher bar stools and go, "Oh, Mr. Hotwing, hello."
Hello. It's so good to be here. Thank you so much. It's so nice to see you. And how are you?
I'm so well. Nobody ever asks. Oh, that's so sweet of you. I'm just delighted at what a merging of two of the I would say the best entertainments on the hub. Delighted to have you here.
Delighted to be here. It's absolute pleasure.
Incredible. I hear the chef has been working up on some special things for you.
Oh, specifically for me, because I came here hearing tale of how hot the sauce was, and specifically that is why I'm here. And so if he's adding to the hotness and the sauceness, I really appreciate that, and that means a lot to me.
I didn't realize. Maybe I've ruined a surprise, but yeah, I think he's been brewing up something a little special for you.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm very excited, very happy to be here.
Well, speaking of brewing, do you want anything to drink? You are welcome to partake before we go down and do all the contracting and all that.
Oh, do you have any chilled milk?
You just see Rutabaga like whip over his shoulder. He's like a Earth Genasi kind of chill dude with some kind of curly hair, and he just looks panicked. And he's like, "What is with everybody? First hot milk, now cold milk." And he's just gonna go have an existential crisis in the kitchen. He's just gonna walk off. But he will return eventually, we hope, with some milk for you.
Okay.
While we wait, though, it's so funny that the both of you did roll such low initiatives, being that you are the last two arrivals out of the heroes. But last and certainly not least, I can't even say for certain if it's going to be the hero himself walking through the door. But as the door once again swings open, who do we see walk in?
First, we see a Forbolg. Big in stature, I would say 7 foot, 280 pounds, but not usually his size. He's grown smaller because he can do so to make people at ease before the big match happens. But he swings open a door, tries to close it, breaks the handle, comes up, says hi, like this. Hello! And yeah, I guess he comes up to the bar and says hi to everybody.
So, being that the bar is currently closed, it's just Salita and Seanevans
I see.
sitting at the bar as Rutabaga is still in the kitchen having a crisis over people requesting milk at a bar. But Salita will delightedly shake your hand and welcome you. Oh, I'm so glad you are here. And I'm sorry, remind me your name. I've got it somewhere in the paperwork.
Oh, yes, of course. Also Guapo.
Oh, such a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, what is your name, little one?
Oh, I'm Salita. So I'm the one that maybe I've been speaking with your agent. We'll be doing the contracting work today.
Yes, I do not know how to use the tiny writing thing. So that is all him.
Well,
Thank you.
okay. Yes, of course. Well, then maybe he's not with you, is he? Because we got to do the final paperwork and signing. You can sign that though, right? You can sign your name at least.
I'm going to wait for him on this one.
Okay, you know what? I'll send it down to your green room, and he can sign it before the match begins. In fact, why don't we just do that for the both of you? Because Mr. Hotwing, I know we've got some specialty paperwork for you with the additional risks you're taking on top of the usual. So we'll just, I'll come do the contracting with each of you individually.
That sounds good. You say risk. What kind of risks are you taking?
I'm always at risk, but I'm happy to be here. I'm just here for the sauce. Like I know I have to like do like a bit or something, or like we have to like arm wrestle or something. But yeah, no, happy to be here.
Oh wow, gosh, yeah, we are gonna go stringently over that contract with you. Whew, okay. If you want to roll some insight, you can.
Sure.
So it's like metagame. You know what's up.
There it is.
Does Seanevans really not know what he's doing?
That's a 12.
Okay. She looks greatly concerned, but you think, well, just looking at the size of this guy who walked in, maybe the arm wrestling is going to be a bit more stringent than you expected. Do you not watch
doing like
Rumbles?
Oh, well, I watch it sometimes. I skim it. Sometimes, I'll watch like the other shows that you guys put on. I enjoy singing. It's quite fun. And then I enjoy the show where it just lists off every menu item that you sell. It's just like a long, like scrolling menu item video.
Magnus's home production.
Yeah, I really like that one. He's just sitting by a fire in a jacket, and he's just reading off his menu.
His lap, just reading the list of the menu for the week. God, we gotta tell John about that. Maybe put that on our Twitch for him. Hysterical. So instead of leading you all to the side office, and since Salita's now having her own existential crisis about how much contracting she's gonna have to go over for the two of you, she'll start leading you downstairs. As you all are heading through the kind of secret wall entrance down to the lower arena, Rutabaga's like coming out of the kitchen with a milk in hand, going, "Oh, do you still want that? I can take it to your green room." Do do you try to get the milk, or you just don't even worry about it?
Oh no! I need that for later. That's for
Oh.
later. When I just need it ready. Because it's like a whole meditation thing for when I get the sauces.
You got it, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Just goes back to the kitchen with this milk, having a second crisis. Cool. Meanwhile, the two of you follow Selita down a long winding stairway. As it descends, it gets colder, and the rising scent of rust and blood and adrenaline washes over you. But you don't go fully down. You don't go into the full depths of the lower levels of the roguelike. You kind of get led to a little side chamber, which the two of you metagame will have maybe seen before, and definitely the folks watching at home have seen. A standard training room, very classic, padded walls, padded floors, lined with old armaments and rusty tools. And at the center is my personal favorite character of all, our happy little straw man. Just a little dummy, two sticks, one vertical, one horizontal, jaunty little arms, bobbly little head, padded chest full of hay, sitting there with a nice little target center of his chest. And Selita will just kind of gesture to him and say, well, you are being now officially recorded for the sponsors and the viewers at home. Feel free to demo your skills, whichever of you would like to go first.
I think I got this. Move out of the way, please. Would you like to be used as a weapon personally, or should I do that later?
Are you talking to me?
Oh, yeah. I mean, who else is in here? You think I'm going to use that?
Oh, no. Please, maybe save the best for last, so I just want to see your skills at the moment.
I like you. You're very funny.
What do you do?
So what? I just fight these things? Yeah. That's what I do?
No, just any attack you would like to make and show off.
Okay. I headbutt the center of the target.
Incredible. Do you want to just make a straight up melee roll for that?
Yeah.
I don't think headbutt is usually an action, but I'm for it. Oh, no.
Is it 12?
Okay. This feels like you put more intent into it than actual delivery. It's a little more just showmanship, like classic wrestling. You kind of headbutt the statue. It jostles a little. I mean, it is technically a hit, but I'm not even gonna say roll damage on that unless you want to damage it, or if you want to try something else.
No. This is good for now. This is just tenderizing the meat.
Sure. Do you want to do another attack on it?
Yeah, for sure. I would love to. I'm going to, I'm going to just straight up punch it.
Right.
Yeah. You keep it soft for now. Whoa, that's a 23.
Oh, hell yeah. So after this kind of showy like headbutt of like, yeah, like competitor, you then rear back and with absolute intense and deadly intent, as deadly as you can be on a stuffed guy, you just punch the shit out of the center chest. You hear a very satisfying crack as the two sticks holding it upright smash apart. Your fist flies through straw and it just bursts out the back end. A very intense and a spectacular explosion of hay, straw, and stick.
See, that is how you start, with a little head and then a big finish.
Oh, I love it. No, that's great. That's wonderful. Selita is just kind of like jollily chanting. No, clapping. That's what that action is. It's so early. I know what words are.
Yeah.
She's just over there like applauding you. She's thrilled. Oh, that was wonderful. Well, I call that complete if you do.
I would say so. Unless you want to pick up the straws.
Oh, well, I'm going to. She's got a little fluffy, messy bun, and she pulls a little magic wand out that was holding it like a hair stick, and just a little flick of her wrist, and the straw man whooshes itself back together, fully repaired, ready for another attack.
Oh.
Well, we do have
also
our
claps.
second competitor, so Mr. Hotwing, if you'd like to demonstrate anything?
Sure. We're rolling.
Oh yes, yeah. She'll like point out there's a kind of blinking little red light in each corner as
Okay.
the magically installed recording devices can get you from every angle.
Oh wow, perfect. Okay. Perfect. Hi everyone, from the first one to feast, I'm Seanevans, the Aarakocra with hot questions and even hotter wings. Today I'm here with the hottest place in town and with a new hot competitor, and his wings pop out and he just sort of doesn't fly, but he does like he's on the moon, like he just sort of jumps over to the straw person. Now I'm here with straw man here, and he's gonna take his flail and he's gonna go to swing, and then he just sort of taps the strawman on the shoulder. But me and strawman here are here to demonstrate our abilities, so let's see what we can do. And I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth on everybody, or on the whole area.
Sure. Shoot, I don't have dice up. Give me a second. Let me get some digital dice. Nobody ever makes Salita roll.
That's charisma 14 save.
Incredible.
Charisma 14.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, 11.
Oof.
Hang on.
That's okay.
I gotta get to I gotta get to a character sheet.
You
said it was charisma?
Yeah, charisma 14.
Okay. We're gonna go use Della. She'll never be back in a rumble.
Oh man.
It's okay.
Oh man.
Oh no. 13 for me as well.
Ooh, so close. And Seanevans says, very happy to be here. First off with Guapo. Guapo, it's so nice to meet you. I'm Seanevans. Just wanted to ask you, because it seems like this is sort of apparent to you. Is it sort of hard for you having this ability to change your height? Because it seems like that might affect like how it is from your day to day. I saw you walk in the door, seemed rather difficult. How difficult is it to live as the height that you are?
It's not so much the height, Mr. Seanevans. It is more the personality. Having such a big personality makes people think you are douchebag. But really, nice guy. You don't want to be bad guy. You just want to kill. Is that so bad?
So you want to kill, that's what you're saying?
Well, not so much kill. More like agonize until almost wanting to die.
I see. And so you understanding that you are under a spell right now, which can be sort of intense, and you understanding that I could ask you what you look like under that mask, and you would have to tell me the truth since you failed your save. How does that make you feel?
Vulnerable, very small. Makes me want to shrink down to who I really am.
And hey, that's why we're here. I think we're here to break down boundaries, and I think that's what she was talking about earlier, because we're gonna be vulnerable, and that's why we have to sign these contracts, and that's specifically what that's about. And also back to you, young lady, since we are under this zone of truth here, what do you think my chances are?
Oh gosh. Well, right now, given that you are not actively attacking the straw man, I have a feeling you are going to get destroyed, and I'm gonna need to work on those contract clauses to make sure they are ironclad.
Wow, this is news to me. Honestly, hey, zone of truth, we all learned something. Am I right? Okay. Would you mind if I take a swing at the straw man, or are we cut for time? We cut for time?
No, I would. That's why we're here. So we would definitely love to see you do anything violent to the stat. Yeah.
I can. Okay, yeah, sure. I've done violence before, so you know I could do that. So okay, great. As a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Searing Smite. I'm gonna raise my flail up into the air, and just it sort of starts swirling with hot spiciness, like chili flakes start coming off of it. And he's just gonna go in for a swing. So that is a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that hits the straw man that doesn't move.
Yay.
Nice.
So he takes 8 bludgeoning damage, and then he takes 4 extra fire damage.
Spectacular. Yeah, so as you call the spicy fury from the heavens, it shoots straight through the dummy's head and in a similarly spectacular fashion blows him apart and sets him on fire. He doesn't have a whole lot to him, but Salita is absolutely delighted to see you do what you were contracted to come here and do. So
I'm sorry if I... Oh, thank you. I'm sorry if I caused any confusion. You know, I'm just here for 2 things. Get some answers and get some sauce, you know, so.
I mean, this is, you know, we are coming together to do each of our things as a singular it's gonna be great. I'm looking forward to it. I just didn't expect myself to be in the hot seat, as it were.
I see what you did there.
Oh, thank you. Well, wonderful. Well, with that, I think we have what we need. Hopefully the sponsors will feel inspired to throw their support your way. Before the match begins, of course, they can still send any lair actions, health potions, or acquire magic items for you. That can all be done through a cute little link that'll be going in the chat on this right now to our coffee. But yeah, otherwise, then we will see you in the evening. I'm going to get the 2 of you to your green rooms. You'll get a full long rest and chance to, you know, I guess meditate with milk. Is that?
Well, I'll need
you
the
have
milk.
milk. Is that what that was?
Oh yeah. Do you want some?
Oh, I'd love some milk. I've been looking
great.
for some kind of calcium protein thing. So if anybody could get some milk for me, that'd be great.
Oh, golly. Okay, don't worry. You 2 are allowed to eat and drink before the match. I'll get Rutabaga. I'll just send him over to the knobs for another gallon of milk. Anywho, for that, we're gonna wrap it up here, and we will see you in this evening when we get back to the Roguelike Rumble. So as she escorts you down to your rooms, she, I think, is having a crisis as well. I'm having ideas for milk-based magic items. And, you know, we're gonna hopefully see everybody who's watching and more either live at the Roguelike Tavern, 8 o'clock this coming Thursday, June 13th, or we'll be streaming this game live to Twitch. And also Twitch viewers we've finally figured it out, so we can have Twitch viewers also sending through magic items, health potions, and lair actions either ahead of the game or during the game. So yeah, so if you watch the session 0, thank you so much for watching, and we will hopefully see you live at the Roguelike or live on Twitch. Bye.
Bye.